Hey everybody, my name is Reshma Martin. I am a singer-songwriter originally from Malaysia. I was raised in Taranaki and I'm currently residing in Whanganui, New Zealand. So how I got started with music is actually in Taranaki when I was in school. I was 12 years old and I remember being a bit of a loner. So I would just go to the music room during lunchtime and jam out and write songs. Coincidentally, there was a singing competition. Oh no, coincidentally there was a songwriting competition hosted by Caritas called Sing for Justice. And I entered and managed to place 6th with my song No One to Someone. It was all really exciting because through my involvement with that competition, I managed to win the Mayor's Choice Award at the Youth Achievers Awards in Taranaki. And so from there, the song also got picked up in Malaysia by the reggae don of our generation called Sassy the Don, and he released it on his album called Don't Panic, It's Just Music. And so at 12 years old I was releasing a record on an album with all of these iconic people who are game changers in the Malaysian music industry. And it was then that I knew that this is what I wanted to do. The adrenaline, the sensation of just being on that stage and being able to command an audience was something that I craved and I loved. So the music that I create is literally the opposite of the persona that I carry. I'm someone who's really optimistic, really fun, really bright, but my music is dark, it's grungy, basically alternative pop. I really don't want to stick to that mainstream commercial pop sound, so I definitely have a weirder, sort of creepier edge to my music, which I really enjoy. However, I've never been limited by genre, so one day I could wake up and write a country folk song, and the next day I'm waking up and I'm like, ooh, EDM, let's go, It's really a mood thing. However, I'm currently in the phase of my life where it's alternative pop. My creative process is pretty standard, I think. So I will feel a feeling or think a thought and I run into my room, lock myself in there, and I get on GarageBand and I start putting down a demo. I track the vocals, and once I have a demo that I'm happy with, I send it off to the people that I work with in the music industry whom I trust and whose work that I respect, and we adapt the song from there. So it's quite a cool mix of being spontaneous and planning a release. And then, bam, we have a song. I send it off to my producers, and because I produce my own demos, it's pretty simple for them to pick up the vibe that I'm going for, and it all just kind of happens really quickly, and we work very efficiently and we get a song done. If I could pick anyone internationally to collaborate with, oh my gosh, it would be Rihanna. She was the definition of a boss-ass woman when I was growing up. Her singing "Shut Up and Drive," and I'm like, oh my god, she just told the whole world to shut up. And I loved it! Oh, so fingers crossed. In New Zealand, I personally love Jess B. I relate to her story and I respect how much ownership she has over her craft. It's just so beautiful to see her going out there and just doing her thing. And so, hit me up, girl! So I wasn't one of those people who released a video which went viral on TikTok or Instagram. I wasn't that kind of internet success story. If anything, I just took a lot of time to make sure I was consistently working on projects that built traction over the past 5 years. So the first time I ever got any sort of following was through my involvement in a singing reality TV show called Academy Fantasia, which was based in Malaysia. I placed 3rd on the show, and naturally there was a following with my participation in the show. From there, I just made sure that I was consistently doing things that would keep me relevant in the music industry and therefore on social media. So I'd perform in Japan or go to Los Angeles and perform there or win an award, or consistently put myself out there to be nominated for Malaysian awards and make sure that I'm releasing music. I was also a part of Popstars New Zealand, which aired on TVNZ last month, and I was a part of the top 25. It was just such a nice experience. It was very wholesome. I got to meet a lot of awesome creatives in New Zealand, and I'm very grateful for the connections that I've made in that sense. But my social media isn't just about my music. I also use it to be able to showcase bits of my personality, as well as just stuff that I love. Personally, I'm really into makeup and I love the whole brown girl beauty thing. And so I accept collaborations or sponsorships, or I do advertisements for makeup companies such as Fenty or Sephora. And through that, you know, my audience can relate to me on a different level beyond music. So it's just a nice little portfolio of who I am, really. So the best advice that I was ever given was to unapologetically be myself. Why I really hold that true to my heart is because I'm someone who's pretty intense. I can come off as really bubbly, really loud, really optimistic. It's very like, whoa, you know? However, that is my brand. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, that is the product that I am putting out to the world. And so at the end of the day, if you are happy with that and you are confident with that, it'll translate into your music, it'll translate into your performances, and it'll translate into how you carry yourself as a person. And that's what people want to see. They want to see authenticity and they want realness. And so never feel like you have to conform to a social norm just to make it in the music industry or just to become bigger or better to relate with your peers. No need. We have too many people who are doing the same thing. Go unapologetically do you. So if I could change one thing about the music scene in Aotearoa is that music should be an inclusive space for everybody, irregardless of gender, sexual preference, race, religion. It should be a space where equal opportunities are provided to all communities. And I feel like any music industry has room to grow in that area. So my latest single, Loneliest Girl, dropped on all streaming platforms on the 30th of April. We're following that up with a music video which is coming in the next few weeks. I'm super excited about this one because we worked with an incredible company in New Zealand called Lamp Studios based in Whanganui, and the amount of passion, fire, and dedication they brought to the project was absolutely insane. I think you guys are gonna love it as much as I do, so. Besides that, I'm planning to drop another single in the next month or two, and I have had an offer to work on a full-fledged album, so that will be in the works for the next year. I'm really excited. The next year sounds like it's gonna be crazy, and I'm living for it. Thank you so much to Too Much Sauce for featuring me on this interview, and to all of you who are watching. If you guys want to follow my musical journey, feel free to follow me on Facebook or Instagram at Reshma Martin. I look forward to seeing you all there. It's going to be a very hectic, full-on year, and I'm excited to take you guys on the journey with me. Have a great week, and I'll talk to you all soon. Bye-bye.